What's up, guys? This is Raz, and welcome to another video where I'm going to be showcasing you a team of Falinks, Qwilfish, who I like to call the Quill God, and Registeel in the Remix Cup. These are from a little while ago, so still in rank 12, as you see there, but it's a fun Pokemon, and as the first battle's playing, we get into it. Sorry, I haven't posted in a few days. I'm also taking a few days off streaming. The Sylph Worlds started, and I just wanted to make sure I was prepared for my matches and I was taking them seriously, just to give myself the best possible chance to win. And Sylph Worlds, you can see if you go to sylph.gg how the stages are playing out. You can see how I'm doing. I've got my last prelims match today, which will basically determine if I'm able to go on to the next stage or not. So I was feeling a lot of pressure, and you guys will be able to see my matches on stream. My PvP Academia is going to be streaming my Sylph prelims group for the World Championships. And then I'm probably going to do a recap after they're done as well. I want to let them get get it out first, and then I'll recap my own battles once they've already completed their stream. But yeah, I was kind of feeling the pressure, and I think I'm allowed to talk about how it's gone so far because, I mean, they're open to the public, so with the results. So I was able to win my first match against Roger Chen. I misplayed my second game against Baby from Chile. I played it really poorly, and he played correctly. So it's as simple as that sometimes. And I felt so good, so confident going in. I had a strategy in place, and it honestly worked to perfection. And I just kind of choked. I let the pressure get to me, and I just overthought everything. And I'm gonna do a recap video about it. But basically, I lost to Baby in a game that if I had played, I'm not gonna say I should have won, cause he outplayed me, but he outplayed me playing absolutely horrible. So I'm not gonna say I should have won, but a game that if I had played to my best abilities, I would have won. So it's tough to swallow, and I was very sad yesterday when it happened because I knew I would have won the game if I had played to the best of my abilities. But I mean, that's what it comes down to in this game. You're not going to always make the right plays, and I heard people talking about who's going to win the NFL championship this year. That's American football for those of you abroad. And they were talking about the Buccaneers. A lot of people think the Buccaneers are going to win again because Tom Brady, even though he's not someone that's going to have any sort of flashy plays or come up with this big highlight here and there, he doesn't, excuse me, he doesn't make too many mistakes. And I think that in the Sylph World Championships might be the way, we find out who the World Championship winner is. It's going to be who is able to make the least amount of mistakes. And yeah, because I feel I've had a lot of improbable wins on my way up here where I make crazy swaps or blind swaps and crazy plays, but it came back to bite me, and I think I was due. I'd been on a tear. I actually had one. It's funny, I was also talking about this with some of my friends, and I know I know in this video I'm not shoutcasting the team, but this is just what's on my mind, honestly. So I'm going to get to the team eventually after I finish my thoughts. And I think that more epic battles are actually towards later on in this video. But anyway, it was on my mind with this whole Sylph World Championships thing. How, yeah, there's such a little margin of error, when you're playing all the best of the best, and it could very well be the person that just makes the fewest mistakes ends up winning rather than who plays the best or the smartest per se. And yeah, I just made a really costly mistake, which you guys will end up seeing because I'll probably make a video about it, recapping all the dumb decisions I made. But yeah, lock on down the Gligar, Focus Blast the Skunk. Here we go. And also, this team that I'm using in this video, Falinks, Quill God, and Registeel, I don't necessarily recommend you to use it in Remix because you'll notice it's extremely weak to a Hypno lead. If you see a Hypno lead, it's going to be tough to win that game. And it's not a good team if you can't beat like a specific lead, you know? So this was kind of just me having fun trying out some different picks that I put together. And like this, for example, I just love using Qwilfish as a safe swap. And I like catching people off guard with the Ice Beam as well. Looks like a little bit of mutual lag there. And yeah, Qwilfish versus Frost. We correctly shield the Shadow Ball, which is nice. He swaps in a Steel type, which I presume is a Registeel. It is. Registeel is going to be able to tank these Aqua Tails, but Qwilfish is so spammy, I'm going to be able to outpace this thing. I get to almost 2 Aqua Tails by the time it gets to 1 Flash Cannon, and Flash Cannon is resisted, so it's not going to be able to take me out with 1 Flash Cannon. So Qwilfish is going to put in some work here. Look at its face. He's got some fire in his eyes. His or her. I'm not sure. Focus Blast comes through. Qwilfish is like, I eat that for breakfast, Reggie. And I'm thinking if I can take back switch advantage here, that'd be amazing because I can get my Registeel on the Frost. So I'm like, all right, I'm a shield, even though I'm so low, because I'm going to get a huge Poison Sting down here. Look at this. I come out with so much energy. And it's a Mandibuzz, and this is why we love Ice Beam on Qwilfish, specifically for Mandibuzz. I aggressively swap, which is questionable. But I didn't want to allow the Mandibuzz to snarl me all the way down, and I think I saved an Aqua Tail that I can use for later. And my opponent's not switching, which really helps me, because now I'm going to be able to get off this superpower. And I actually kind of delayed CMP there, so that's amazing. And now what do I come in with? Do I throw the move right away with Quill, or do I come in with Reggie? I come in with Reggie, because I don't want to get like sniped or something. But yeah, now we're looking pretty good. Oh my god, wait. Are we though? Because Shadow Ball does about half. We cannot afford to take another Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball's 14 turns. Flash Cannon is also 14 turns. So Frostlass wins CMP. Are we going to be able to get there? Boom! Catch on the Quill God. Nice play there. We counted to 14. So very exciting stuff counting to 14. Or counting to 7. Powder Snow, same thing. But still pretty cool play there. Yeah, that's an exciting catch because it won the game. So an exciting catch. And yeah, Qwilfish served us well. That was a really awkward game. Like, we lead our fighter into a ghost. We switch Qwilfish. They stay in. We shield. Then they swap in Registeel. We somehow take switch, but they didn't commit any shield. That was a lot of decisions made in that game, which are always like the fun ones. All right, great lead here. Niantic rewarding us with our nice win with a good lead. Good safe swap. Registeel doesn't have anything to worry about against Dragalge. Gunk Shot is obviously double resisted. Outrage is single resisted. Aqua Tail's hit for neutral, but it's a relatively weak move, and it's not stab either. So it's a very safe matchup here for Reggie. Definitely don't want to commit any shields. I want to save shields for Falinks because Falinks is going to have to shield those Drill Pecks. Get off my Flash Cannon, and I'm hoping this isn't like waterfall downrange for the Empoleon. Oh, and actually get a shield, which is kind of crazy. And I'm not going to shield this because I don't think he can Dragon Tail me down after this. But I am going to be willing to commit a shield if he throws another Aqua Tail here. And yeah, let's see. I would assume I shield. Yeah, because switch advantage is really important. Because my Qwilfish can't really threaten the... And yeah, he gives up switch, which is great. If I was him, I probably would have went for switch. And yeah, this is not super comfortable. But because we're so spammy, we're going to be able to get off multiple Aqua Tails. He baits us with Avalanche, which is not great. But I want to make sure I get off both of these Aqua Tails. Oh, you see some messages popping up. Sorry about that. Rise always forgetting Do Not Disturb. And my opponent gets a little bit greedy over farming there. Pretty sure they had at least an Avalanche, possibly a Shadow Ball. And oh my gosh, Qwilfish wins CMP, which my opponent probably didn't think. And yeah, now we're good. Now we just superpower the Steel Penguin, and we are good. If my opponent did throw the, I think I fixed Do Not Disturb after that game happened. So hopefully that's the case. Just my my Mazer teammates, my bros and gals, discussing stuff. Good lead. Oh yeah, but if the Frostlass did throw their Shadow Ball, I think I just countered down and superpower anyway. So this person, interesting team, Diggersby, Sylveon, and when I see the Sylveon, I'm immediately thinking like, okay, this could be double charm. Definitely no moves to worry about here, and this is kind of like early season stuff, like the fact that they're shielding their Sylveon here against the Registeel. Like, okay, thank you. In comes Qwilfish, and this thing's a little bit threatening to my team because the Falinks like can't do anything against it, and then Qwilfish, it's going to resist the poison stings. I think do I end up shielding this? I do, because I mean the Flash Cannon's at least gonna threaten this last shield or take out the Qwilfish, so I figure it's worth it. Then I aggressive swap into Quill. He gets off the move. I'm gonna shield this. It could be a Psychic, and even a Shadow Ball would also hurt. Psychic might have like one shot. I know Qwilfish can't double up on moves, so I'm able to over farm there a little bit. Aqua Tail comes in, and this is pretty much game over because Diggersby's gonna have to take a bunch of Aqua Tails, and if it gets greedy over farming, it'll go down. So he has to Earthquake me, and then he would need to get to another Earthquake to take out Falinks. Fire Punch wouldn't have been enough, and we have the superpower loaded. We take it out. There we go. But yeah, once again, this team definitely super weak to a confusion lead. So it was kind of just one of those teams. I'm like, I'm seeing a lot of Empoleons. I'm seeing a lot of Obstagoon leads. Like, let's try it out. I'm seeing a lot of Frostlass safe swap. So that's kind of where I came up with it. But Hypno would definitely be bad. And oh my gosh, an Ariados. I'm like, what on earth? Poison Sting, Lunge, Cross Poison they usually will run. Getting off my Flash Cannon before I get debuffed again. Sometimes you want to like over farm for timing. Sometimes you just want to get off your moves right away. This little spider's going to keep lunging me. Very rude, Ariados. Getting off a Flash Cannon. The scary thing here is I'm double debuffed, and this Emp is going to get a huge farm down. I let this go hoping I live, but I wasn't sure if I do. I do not. I really thought I would, to be honest, but Empoleon's impressive. In comes a Nidoqueen. And this is a little scary. If I get like double baited, this could be tough. But I am going to shield here. I'm really hoping I don't get baited. And wow, look at that. My opponent went straight for it. So, better safe than sorry in that situation. Because even if I got double baited, I get to Aqua Tails before they even get to Poison Fangs. So I'd probably still get off 3 Aqua Tails, even if I got double baited. And now I let this go, because I'm like, I can just save shields for Falinks at this point. And my opponent's Empoleon is energy dry. So I'm going to throw my superpower before they get to their Drill Peck. They let it go, and now I just need to get to 2 moves. Wait, do they still have a shield? I forget. No, right? Yeah, they don't have a shield. Otherwise, I wouldn't have thrown that right away. All right. G to the G. Forgetting when they have shield. You know what's hilarious is during that Oh my god, what's going on? I remember specifically during that game, I was like, wait, do they have a shield? And then I had to look up. And when I was re-shoutcasting it, I also forgot if they had a shield. What the heck happened that made me forget about the shields? Okay. They swap in a Toxicroak, which we don't really have a great answer for. Qwilfish is our best answer because we outpace and we resist the mud bombs. And 2 Aquatails should be about enough because Qwilfish is pretty attack weighted. Yeah, look how much that Aquatail does. That's pretty impressive. Get a shield there. Also, the Empoleon lead, I figure it's worth it because if I let the Qwilfish go, the Falinks is going to like take a lot of damage trying to get rid of that Tox. But we take Switch. It does cost us a bit. And I aggressive swap into my Reggie because we got rid of the Toxicroak. So I'm like, all right, maybe they don't have an answer for Reggie now that Toxicroak is gone and there's an Empoleon here, which is a decent answer. Slight overfarm, just trying to not let them get 3 free turns worth of energy. They shield the blast. We're obviously out of shields. And look at this. Oh my god, what a catch. Rise got caught red-handed. And there's a dang Hypno in back. There is a dang Hypno in back. So, what could I have done? I could have. Oh man, yikes. I go for the Ice Beam here, hoping it's going to be enough. Come on, Quill. Oh, barely not. Oh, but that gives the Empoleon 1 Waterfall. And the Empoleon has a move, yeah. So look how close that was. If, man. If they don't catch the Blast, if they catch the Flash Cannon instead, I think I might win. I would have needed to come out. Oh, actually, I would have needed to undercharge the Ice Beam or something. So, really well played by the opponent, to be honest. They just played that really well. And the Hypno in back was going to be tough for us to deal with anyway, because this team does not like Hypno. We're going for the Mega Horn here, which recently got a buff. It's a very hard-hitting move, so we'll do a lot of damage to Alomomola. We do have to respect the Psychic here. It would definitely KO us. But I'm thinking I can probably farm all the way down because it does take Alomomola a while to get to its moves. So you've got all this energy. In comes a Cress. And I'm going for the Mega Horn. Once again. I get a shield. And check this out. Look at Falinks go. Look at this thing. This little slinky looking thing. It took out the Alomomola and got both shields from the Cress. In comes Goon. And at this point I'm like, oh crap, I could have just blasted this thing. But then I'm like, you know what? No, this is probably the right play because I would have probably had to eat a Cross Chop and then Quillin like a lesser Reggie might struggle against a stacked energy Cress. So I figure this is probably the safest play, and I'm just gonna save the shield for Registeel because the Regmeister is what we want healthy for the Cress. And this opponent is staying in. They're fighting it out till the very end. And this is one I'll actually like fast forward a little bit. We win. If you're wondering what happened, Cresselia gets walled by Reggie, and we just spammed Flash Cannons, and they spammed Moonblasts until the very end. On to the next one. And these new games are from like a separate day, I think. These might have been taken from stream, because I had a few epic ones on stream, and I've sped them up a little bit here for this video. Falinks versus Mandibuzz. If it's Air Slash, not great. It's Snarl though, so this is totally fine. Because Snarl doesn't do much, as you see. It's just Aerial Ace that we're concerned about, and we can tank one Aerial Ace since it's a pretty bad move, but we're not going to be able to take two. A little bit of like desync and stuff, which kind of can make your timing hard. Difficult, I should say. You see that? They got like a Snarl and a charge move. I decided I'm just going to sacrifice my my Falinks, and I'm going to come in here with Reggie, and I'll be able to farm up a little bit extra. And that way I'll be able to take out the Mandy and also have some residual energy. Takes out the Mandy. What's going to come in? Let us see. It's a Nidoqueen. Okay. Oh man, and the messages are back. They'll be gone the next game because these were from stream. Oh, look at that. On the fly, turning off notifications. Beedrill swaps in, and I'm like, oh crap. Beedrill is... This team does not like Beedrill one bit either. If like shields are down, obviously you can flash cannon it. Qwilfish has a fairly neutral matchup against it, but that drill run, man, hurts. So I have to respect it here. And check this out. He baits me. What a savage. Very nice bait from the opponent. And at this point, I felt like I needed to overfarm. So yeah, obviously should have thrown the Aqua Tail right away. But if I do throw the Aqua Tail right away, he probably just shields and then sweeps my team, you know. So okay, terrible lead into Drifblim. So I actually swapped my Registeel because I felt like Qwilfish is actually a slightly better answer in a way because Qwilfish has access to Ice Beam. And I actually CMP tie here, which is really nice. So I get off my Flash Cannon at the same time as the Shadow Ball. Get it off. And he actually lets me throw this first, which I think is a misplay by him. Actually, no, wait, I outpace. What am I saying? I get there in 14 turns. Shadow Ball's 15 turns. And I'm actually going to let this go because I felt like he might bait me. And yeah, I'm definitely going to let this go too. Bait me again if you wish. Nope, Shadow Ball. Okay. But now this thing's in Aqua Tail range and we're up a shield, so this game has flipped fairly nicely. I throw at 6, which is the same time he would be getting to an Icy Wind. So technically I could have thrown one more, but I didn't really want to get debuffed. In comes Frost, and I'm like, okay, this is not bad at all for Quill. Quill's going to resist these Powder Snows. Takes 7 Powder Snows for Frostlass to get the Shadow Ball, but honestly an Avalanche would still hurt tremendously, just because Avalanche is a very good move, and Qwilfish is quite glassy. Nice timing by my opponent, throwing right before I get there. I expected it's probably an Avalanche, but I threw anyway. I'm trying to CMP tie them here if I can. And they shield. And check this out, Qwilfish going off. Catches them off guard. They always lose track of how much energy it has. Because it's only 4 Poison Stings to each move, to each Aqua Tail. And then, yeah, I'm just going to soften this up with an Aqua Tail. Switch into Falinks. And just... Oh, no shield. Was I counting? Or was I just flexing? I'm not sure. And G to the G. But yeah. As the next game is coming up, what I was talking about at the beginning of the video with the whole Sylph thing. It's funny with the with my like brand sort of and my name being Rise, like Rise to Occasion. It's always a lot of pressure. Not really. I've actually learned that from how Sylph Worlds has gone, because I feel like when I put the pressure on myself and I'm like super intense and like nervous and trying my best and hardest to win, that's when I make mistakes. And when I'm a little bit more laxed and I'm trying to have fun and I'm like, I'm gonna run this, I think it's probably going to work. I feel good about it. If it doesn't work, then so be it. I gave it my best shot. I think that's when I usually play the best. And yeah, I don't know why I randomly thought about that, but it's just kind of been lingering on my mind this week. So we catch the foul play, or what could be an aerial ace. No, foul play on Reggie. He probably saw the Reggie swap in. It probably wasn't actually a catch. And we're just going to be willing to take all this Mandibuzz damage on Reggie because we know they have a Kanto Ninetales that we do not want to see. So I'm over farming here. I'm throwing a Flash Cannon because it's pretty much in double Flash Cannon range. And I'm not going to throw my energy right away because I want to be able to have a Focus Blast for this if the Ninetales tries to aggressively swap. So I get off a Focus Blast right away, and they let it go because they probably thought they caught a Flash Cannon. And now what's going to come in? Mandibuzz comes in. I would think I shield this, yeah. And I'm going to double up on superpowers here, so this way I'll potentially take out the Bandy and have a move to threaten whatever's in back. It's a Psychic type. I blind superpower, but I wasn't going to get to the Mega Horn anyway. 1 or 2 Psycho Cuts would definitely take me out. 2 Psycho Cuts. And this is a little bit sketchy. If this thing has Future Sight, it would one-shot us. So I do shield just in case, but as you would assume, Grass Knot. But as you see, Qwilfish is so spammy that I'm just going to get as many Aqua Tails off as I can, you know? And I'm going for the extra move. I actually swap into my Reggie here, which will at least force them to throw energy. You can double up on Grass Knot, but I don't think I'm quite in Grass Knot range. And check that out. I didn't throw right away. I snuck in the extra Poison Sting. So I'm 2 away from 3 Aqua Tails. Now I'm 1 away from 3 Aqua Tails. And I know that'll definitely be enough. Might have been able to just Ice Beam there. He did sneak in a Psycho Cut, but that won't KO me. And Qwilfish definitely going to win CMP in case Cresselia had a move. So looked a little bit scary in the end since our Reggie was gone and he still had a Cress and a Shield. So I'm glad we were able to pull that one off and pull it out. There we go. He's from Chicago. Just kidding. I just like when my guy Mark Jackson says that. Going into the last game of the video. If you made it this far, I'm proud of you. Thanks for your company. Oh my god, this game. Victini, it beats my whole team. And it sneaks in an extra confusion because of my poor timing. Aqua Tail, get a shield. I get to 1 more Aqua Tail. I get both shields. Okay, so I'm like, all right, this is a loaded Victini that just runs through my entire team, but I did get both shields, so that's something. Definitely have to shield this. The only neutral move I have to threaten this thing is the Mega Horn, and he lets me get to it. He definitely had another V create. And then there's Golbat. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, and it's an opposing Reggie. And he quits. And that's a perfect example of why you never surrender until it's like definitely over. Because I could have seen the Victini and swapped in my Qwilfish and been like, oh my god, he's going to farm me down. And he's going to come out with a bazillion energy and get both my shields. Like, I could have just given up at that point. But no, we stuck it out. And our opponent definitely misplayed that one a little bit, but it happens. As I talked about for the entire intro of the video, I just made some huge misplays in a big tournament. But it's part of the game. You got to learn from it, and that's what you try and do. You try and minimize the mistakes and try and be as creative as possible and maximize the great plays. You see me hit rank 14. I'm actually at like 2,400 something elo right now, so these are a little bit old. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all y'all. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. Back with the content, streaming tonight with my buddy Panic on my channel, so make sure to tune in for that. And all that said, thanks again for watching. Appreciate all y'all, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.